Oh, it's so friggin' hot in here. I wish we hadn't gotten banned from Mr. Freeze's ice cream parlor.
Well, I wish the Daily Planet hadn't let us go, but Prince did. At least we scored this sweet blacksmith gig.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But did you really need to pick up that little side project from that weird Australian dude in the blue trench coat? Who the hell throws bladed boomerangs anyway?
3 hours later.
Good evening. Our top story tonight is the death of Jack Drake. He was killed by what seems to be a bladed boomerang. His son Timothy Drake was quickly adopted by Bruce Wayne for his child army.
Oh, that's who.
Are we going to talk about the big news?
What news?
You know the news.
Oh, that news.
Say it out loud.
Pattinson. That was our one and only Twilight reference for the remainder of Super Sons. You're welcome. I know a lot of you were clamoring for it, but we're back. Super Sons. This is the first time Jake and I have recorded since...
Well, a real episode since, I want to say this, it's 2 days until a month.
Yeah, so it's been a while. Yeah, there's been a lot of things that have happened with DC since then. A lot. The biggest news is that we know who our Batman's going to be. Also, is this the first time there's going to be 2 different live-action Batman at the same time? Because you got the one for Titans and you got Battinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time we've gotten 2. And then we have Batwoman on the CW. Is there any other Bat shows right now? No, that's it.
No.
Swamp Thing came out last week. It's canceled.
Yeah.
There was some
you didn't do what I wrote in the notes.
Swamp Thing.
Dang.
Da-na-na. You are amazing. Except you got canceled after 1 episode.
Even though it was good. It was great.
It's fantastic. The only problem is that there's a...
it was tax reasons.
Yeah, North Carolina screwed up their taxes and fucked over the show. But DC Universe posted a thing yesterday that they hear their fans, and there's going to be a lot more exciting announcements. So I figure we'll get some new shows maybe at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be radical because
yeah.
I don't love Titans, but I love Young Justice, Doom Patrol, and Swamp Thing. So
yeah, I just finished Doom Patrol. I really enjoyed it.
I have not gotten to finish it yet. But what else we got? Leviathan started. Bendis is his first event, isn't it, for DC?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I guess you can. Can you consider that
Man of Steel?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't consider that an event. I would just consider that a mini. Wasn't it 6 issues?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but then Heroes in Crisis ended. I liked a good amount of it. Tom King is off of Batman in 84, 85, and then he is
I think it's
writing
85.
a 12-issue Catwoman and Batman series, which is something that I need. Like, I really want that book. And I want them to get married, and I want Batman to retire. End of story for that one.
All the kisses. So for the first time ever, the floating timeline has been addressed, and that was talked about in Doomsday Clock, and that it revolves around Superman.
So Doomsday...
But, Superman's important, but, I mean, who would have guessed? Who would have guessed Superman was important?
Doomsday Clock is the actual sequel to Watchmen. Not branded by the wizard himself, Alan Moore, but by DC, who has decided it's okay to keep making these. I've only read the issue with all the heroes because I saw that Bat Cow and everybody was in it, and I wanted to read it. The Question had an incredible line where he's like, "Oh yeah, my theory about the Superman was correct," and somebody pretty much just tells him to shut up. I was like, "Yeah, that sounds about right."
Oh, and The Dog Days of Summer has finally come out. I really need to get to the comic book show.
I finished it this morning. There is a Bat Cow story by Dan Didio, which was incredible. I love Bat Cow a lot. Bat Cow is fantastic. There is an Animal Man story in there that is...
Animal Man!
I want to say I liked that story more than the entire New 52 run. I love the New 52 run, and I love Grant's run, but it was in 4 or 5 pages. It was there was so much good stuff packed in there. The art was fantastic. The writing was fantastic. It was so good. The whole thing was those are some of my favorite things that DC does because all of the stories are... there's a Captain Carrot story where it's a crisis, but with the multiversity gang. Oh, man.
Yeah. Last time I saw Captain Carrot with the multiversity gang, he got turned into an actual rabbit.
Oh, they were in Superman, weren't they?
Yeah.
Was that...
The cover is Superman holding him.
Yeah. But today is our first Patreon-supported episode. One of our Patreon subscribers wanted to get us to talk about a Robin, specifically Tim Drake. So, I know Jake has more feelings about Tim Drake than I do. I have good feelings about Tim Drake.
I don't really have negative ones. I just think the character himself is kind of interesting, but I liked him more before all his favorite people died. I enjoyed the fact that he was like, yeah, this is just a temporary thing. I'm going to eventually go back to being a real normal person.
Well, they also went back to that idea in Detective. It didn't last. There was a Tinian, I don't know how to say his name. Tinian. Sorry if I mispronounce it, but he is one of my favorite writers right now. And that Detective run is really good. It's a lot about Tim Drake. But you mentioned the other day that Tim is, he's frequently miswritten. His personality changes so often.
Yeah, no, it's inconsistent.
That's the word I was looking for, inconsistent. But I think, is this the first time we're covering the first actual origin story? This is where Tim first shows up?
Yes.
I don't think we've ever done that before. we normally cover just quote-unquote origins, but it's never the first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim Drake is the third Robin.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So we should probably go over the Robins before we get into some pretty heavy... we're covering 2 stories. We're covering A Lonely Place of Dying, which is some issues of Batman.
Lonely Place for Dying. Which is such a great title.
Yeah. And the New Titans. And then we're covering the first arc of Red Robin, which is a series I personally love. But, all right. So we got...
Yeah, I didn't like the issues that we read.
I think it's a great introduction, especially for where in the timeline it falls, which we will have to talk about at length a little bit because it is a very confusing Grant, Savior of the X-Men Morrison timeline in DC. He was doing a lot. But let's go over the Robins. You wanna pick that up?
All right. So you start out, and then you get Dick Grayson, the original Robin, circus boy, we'll go over that. Current Nightwing, multiple time Batman.
Then you have
Super Spy.
Jason Todd. He's angry. The fans voted to kill him. He got whacked by the Joker, then blown up, came back to life.
And he's had one of the most... he's had some of the more consistent runs aside from Dick Grayson out of all the Robins since the New 52.
Yeah, but like,
But he's always had a series.
which is wild to me because none of them are not to like. Yeah, I hate all of them. Like, I've never found one that I'm like, oh, I really love this. And one of them has Bizarro, and I fucking love Bizarro. There's probably a story out there that will make me love Jason Todd, but I could give less of a shit about him. Like, oh yeah, I shoot guns, I die. Like, that's it. You're a one-trick pony, bruh.
Yeah, he likes to make jokes about dying a lot.
He's just, I've never, like, nothing about him makes me want to read him other than when he's with everyone and he makes quips. He's a good foil for the Bat family. Like, he's cool when they're all hanging out, but like, other than that, I honestly, he could just go.
Oh, and Ace is smarter than him.
Yeah, he could just go in the garbage can because I don't care about him. I know there's a lot of avid fans of Jason Todd out there. So if you are, support our Patreon and make me read stories.
Yeah.
Next. Oh, Tim. We'll go over Tim. And after Tim.
It depends on what timeline you're talking about.
You do the other timelines because my favorite is the one after that.
Okay, so in the New Earth timeline, which is, it's hard to say because I mean, the current Earth, I think they're really alluding to it being the same universe, just altered.
Yeah, just say who it is. We'll eventually get over.
Yeah.
We'll do an episode on timelines.
Stephanie Brown,
The best Batgirl.
yes,
And then,
also known as Spoiler.
and then there is what's her name from the Dark Knight Returns?
Carrie Kelly.
Carrie Kelly. You know,
But she is not a main timeline Robin.
No, but she was in the New 52 run. She wasn't Robin, but she dressed up as Robin for a Halloween party.
Well, she was Damien's tutor.
And then we have the best Robin, Damian Wayne. The
little shit.
The little
He's
shit.
so great. He's the best version of Robin.
I feel like I've said it before, but the best, like my favorite dynamic duo is when he's with Dick because.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Dick has the heart, but Damian has that part of Bruce that's never going to go away, and he also has the whole, Killy thing.
Yeah,
we are eventually.
He's also been a little more inconsistent recently.
Yeah, recently after Super Sons and to Teen Titans, but
yeah, he got really he got murdery again.
Eventually we're gonna have to cover Super Sons, that book that our podcast is named after.
Yeah,
We'll probably do it. We should probably do that for like a special episode because I could talk about that shit forever because they're the best friends ever. And
I'm curious to see what happens now with the two of them.
They have not seen each other since John came back and was aged up.
Yeah. Oh God, I can already tell you the first thing that's gonna come out of one of their mouths.
What?
His height. It's gonna be about his height.
Well, Damian is short, like in general, isn't he?
Yep.
All right. Well,
I mean, he grows up to be like Ben Affleck sized.
The best.
So.
My favorite Batman. Yeah, so we should get into these stories because this first one is very hefty. Hefty. Whippy,
Especially in
whippy.
the front end of it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Do you want to take the first issue or do you want me to take the first issue?
Let me... Sorry, I'm just reading your notes now. God damn it. You want to... Okay, so we're reading A Lonely Place for Dying. I'll let you do the creative team.
The writers, because it was co-plotted by Marv Wolfman and George Perez, mainly known for their Teen Titans work, and a lot of other stuff afterwards. God, they've done a lot.
Oh, yeah.
They've done so much. But anyway, pencils by Jim Aparo and Tom Grummett, both Grummett. One did Batman, the other one did Titans. Inks, Mike DiCarlo and Bob McLeod. And colorist, How would I pronounce that name?
Adrian
Okay.
Roy.
Adrian Roy.
And John
And letter
Costanza.
John Costanza.
Kind of like
John.
George. The bad guy. All right. So, issue number 1 is Batman 440.
Batman has gotten sloppy in a post-Jason Todd world. After a fight with the Ravager, he gets hurt and races off to get fixed up by Alfred. But what he doesn't know is he's being tailed. And the tail is taking pictures of him. And the person knows he's Bruce Wayne.
Excuse me?
Batman's Bruce Wayne.
All right, continue. I just don't believe it. Why would that billionaire philanthropist do that? Why would he be Batman? He could just solve all the world's problems with all the money he has. Why would he be Batman? Why would he choose to do that?
But I mean, Dan, he probably didn't think that through at first. He probably was just like, I'm going to fight crime. And then he blew all his money on batarangs. In tights.
You're right.
Actually, half the time, like if you see pictures of them with like their gloves off, it's like a sweatshirt. But anyway. So, elsewhere, a figure in an armchair is listening to a radio with a mysterious voice coming in and out between the broadcasts. And the message the voice is trying to give him is that they gotta kill Batman. Not Blatman, Batman. Batman's mysterious tail looks over some newspaper articles and photographs of Batman and Robin, claiming that Batman seemed happier with Grayson as Robin. And photo of a family with the flying Graysons is pulled out. You know, happens. You know, people just have that. And it later goes on to show goes on to see if Grayson is at Titan's Tower, but he can't find him. Batman decides, you know what? I got hurt. I got like stabbed and shit, but I'm gonna go back out and fight things. And he ends up fighting a pair of twins at a warehouse at I can't remember the street name, but it'll make sense. I don't know. I'm rambling. Dan, am I rambling?
No, just keep going.
But he realizes that the menace behind this is Two-Face, who is the man in the armchair. You know, armchairs, Two-Face, you know. Batman's mysterious tale goes to ask Starfire if she's seen Dick Grayson, revealing to her that he knows Dick Grayson and Nightwing are one and the same.
Da-na-na! New Titans 60. The Titans go looking for Dick Grayson, who is currently on leave from the team due to who was revealed as a kid visiting what?
Why
did he leave the team? Is my question.
I think he just needed some time off. I don't know why I wrote that.
Because this is right after Jason Todd was killed by the Joker, so everyone's going through some shit. And you know, normally one of the heads of the family is pretty supportive, but Bruce Wayne's the fucking worst. Grayson is actually visiting Haley's Circus, his old stomping ground, and the place where Dan was unknowingly the accomplice in the murder.
You just read your own goddamn name.
Where Dan was the unknowing accomplice in the murder of John and Mary Grayson. And we see that you fucking killed Tim Drake's dad. And we see that Dick's old home has fallen on hard times. Harry Haley.
You read your own name.
Yeah, I did. Harry Haley is an alcoholic, and the place is going bankrupt. The lion tamer, Wilhelm, assaults Harry as the tamer believes that the place should have been sold already so he could get out of his contract. During the assault, Harry's liquor bottle is emptied and Harry decides to throw it away, but is caught and disposed by...
No, he just throws it. He didn't throw it away. He throws it.
It's disposed by our hero. Later at the show, one of the lions attacks and kills Wilhelm, and it isn't until Dick, who is disguised as a clown, stops the lion and our mystery stalker is shown recognizing it was one of the flying Graysons. Tim is basically sitting in the ground deducing where Grayson is, and he figures it out just by thought. He's like, oh, where is he? He's probably hiding in plain sight. And he goes, oh, he was one of the clowns. Dick is going around the grounds when he comes up to the mysterious young boy
Oh,
harassing
there
a
she
garbage
is.
man.
There she is.
Sorry,
Dinah.
I got a dog, Dinah, and she is barking right now. And now she stopped. So Tim's harassing some garbage men, but it's actually he's looking for clues.
Whoa, we don't know it's Tim yet, you bastard man.
Who the fuck do you think this mysterious stalker is? It's not fucking Condiment King. Like, what the fuck? Like, our listeners aren't stupid. They're gonna figure it out. No, we're gonna do this.
Nope.
We're gonna do this big story.
And Dan, anytime there is a mysterious figure that goes unnamed, we will assume it is Condiment King.
All right, moving forward.
That is law now.
So he's looking for the clues as he thinks Haley is the murderer, saying that the lion was doped and that the liquor bottle was where Haley did it, but Dick doesn't believe it because he's the one that threw it away. Harry is approached after the show is over about what happened by two members of the circus. Haley says no, and the pair decide to attack Haley until they are caught off guard because it was actually Dick in disguise. Dick was dressed up as Haley, and Dick stops Samson the strongman, but Pedro, the other attacker, is caught by the young detective and Batman and Robin fanboy, who is Tim. Dick talks.
Condiment King.
Dick talks to Haley and becomes the co-owner of the circus. And the mysterious kid tells Dick he knows about Batman and everything, and that he believes Batman needs help.
So, Bats and Two-Face, battle of wits. They try to set each other up into traps, but they kind of send themselves in opposite directions of each other. So,
Wait, Two-Face straps two people up on a bridge?
No, on two parallel towers of a bridge.
Yeah, two parallel towers of a bridge.
Yeah,
then,
so I can't remember what the warehouse's street was called, but I know it was the number was 11.
Yeah. All right, sorry, continue.
We learn the young boy's name is not Condiment King. It is Tim Drake. When Dick brings him to the manor, and Tim tells him and Alfred everything. He told him that he's the little boy in the picture from earlier, that he was there when the Graysons died. Thanks, Dan. I still can't believe you saw your name and was like, I'm going to read my name out loud.
Yep.
Long day?
Yeah, very. It's been a long 2 weeks.
Fair enough. And we learn he learned Dick was Robin from his signature quadruple somersault, which is a thing that only Dick and his parents could do, which revealed basically everything. He was like, oh my god, only Dick Grayson can do that. Wait a minute, Batman and Robin? Batman is Bruce Wayne. Part of me hopes at some point in time, Tim Drake thought that Alfred was Batman. Let me tell you why. I was watching the Trinity episode of Batman, The Brave and the Bold, where Alfred is dressed up like Batman. Only reason I wanted to bring that up.
All right.
I knew you'd just be exacerbated by that.
Good. Just keep reading the story.
Oh, and he claims that Batman needs Robin, that the only one who can do it is Dick. Both Bats and Two-Face head to each other's traps and succeed in not springing them. But Two-Face has to do his coin flip before he can steal the money that Batman laid out for him at a casino. Which was I'm not even going to go into the theme. Fuck. But, Two-Face loses the money. And Batman saves two twin child actors that Den had kidnapped and, tied to a bridge on the towers. Because everything has to be in twos. Nightwing decides he's time to suit up and head out.
New Titan 61. Tim takes the Robin suit out of the display and tells Dick he needs to wear it, and that Bruce needs someone who cares about him, and this pisses Nightwing off and he leaves. Nightwing has been, I want to say for the past few years before this, was trying to get out from under Batman's shadow, and Tim's like, no, let's put this back on, dude. It's fine. Just become exactly what you were before. There's no need to grow up.
But Tim has like a really over-the-top response to that. When he just leaves, Tim just starts bawling his eyes out.
Yeah, but yeah, so Nightwing's not too happy about that. The Titans do stuff to find Dick, and they find a little disc for Nightwing's wrist microcomputer, which Raven delivers on the roof of the GCPD building as Dick is talking to Gordon, and the disc leads him to Dent's trap, where Batman is waiting for him. When we talk about the Teen Titans, or we do a Corey and Raven episode, I want to talk about at length whatever the fuck was going on with Raven's look in this period, because
I can tell you that.
I don't get it. Why?
Because she was slowly being corrupted by her father, and it manifested as a physical change. That's why I feel like you see her possessed or using her father's power. She has the two sets of eyes.
That makes sense.
So but the white robe indicates that she's broken free of him.
Oh, okay.
But she still has the receded hairline.
Yeah.
Which eventually just goes away on its own, I think.
Yeah, Batman just left like a little micro USB in the Titans Tower for funsies. He shows up and they have to go in. Batman goes in through the top and Dick goes through the bottom. Batman is careless and Nightwing goes full stealth. Batman discovers everything is flipped upside down, and the two try to figure it out. But Harvey knew that they would come together, didn't he? That's why he set up two? Or he assumed. So Harvey...
No, he didn't realize that Nightwing was going to come. He just said, this just makes it so much better.
Yeah, so basically, he blows up the building and drops it on him, which happened to Jason not that long before. The last page...
Harvey owned this place too. Like, it was his grandfather's property. He's like, yeah, this is my grandpa's property.
Yo, fuck my real estate.
Fuck this. I'm not going to rent this out and become a slumlord.
Totally legal. Two-Face turns, not even, like, he doesn't turn a leaf because he's still a fucking cock, but he just is a slumlord now. He rents out this building. He hikes up the prices. He's a terrible landlord. He never comes and fixes anything. Yeah,
but one of the things about this story is Harvey apparently went straight for a while. Like, he wasn't a criminal. Mm-hmm. Until, the voice in the radio.
Okay. So, the last page is Alfred and Tim learning the duo is in trouble.
Tim and Alfred try to figure out what they should do. Alfred just wants to... What?
Batman 442.
Oh, yeah. Batman 442. Tim and Alfred try to figure out what to do. Alfred wants to do what he always does and wait around. Tim's like, nah, we got to do something. And he decides if Dick won't be Robin again, he'll have to be Robin. So he suits up in the back of a car, back of the limo, rich people stuff. Dan, have you been in a limo? I feel like you've been in a limo.
Yeah, I've been in many limos. I've never gotten changed into a Robin suit one, but I've been in limos.
See, I feel like there's no point of being in a limo if you're not going to change in the back of it.
Yeah, I was probably drinking, so it was good enough for me.
Yeah, you were changing to something else. But, so he suits up and goes, helps our heroes. Not really much happens. Batman's not really happy about it, but by the end of it, Batman decides to let Tim have like a trial period as his partner and whatever.
Well, I think a lot more does happen. Like, Batman's super against it, but then Tim actually shows that he can hold his own. Like, Tim proves himself. He literally saved Batman and Robin. He helped lift like the rubble off of their bodies. Like, they would be dead if it wasn't for him. And like literally at first he's like, no, not okay. You're not do that, bad. But then he's like,
well, the only reason I didn't write it down is because that kind of seemed obvious.
No, but I mean that's a big part. That literally is the origin story. That's a huge part. We didn't probably need all the circus stuff. This like Tim becoming Robin is the biggest part of the story. We're trying.
Yeah, and he almost gets crushed by a car.
Yeah, we're trying to teach these people. Some people don't know the Tim Drake story. I actually didn't know it was a Harvey story that I refer to him as first name, not his
Harvey.
I didn't refer to him as Two-Face. Me and Harvey on a first name basis. He's actually my landlord.
Harvey Jet, slumlord.
This moment, like this fight, is like Tim goes in after Two-Face. Like he's like afraid for a moment, like he freezes, but he fights Two-Face. He's not a hero. He wasn't trained to be a hero. He did this all on his own.
He did train him, get trained.
Right.
Not by a hero, but he actively went out to train his body because he was such a fan of Dick Grayson.
Yeah, he did it himself. Like Tim is the self-made Robin. Like Batman didn't choose him. He chose himself. And I think that's a very important part of Tim's story, and especially this story in general, is that Tim did this all on his own, went and saved Batman and Robin, and fought Two-Face. That takes some fucking courage.
Or,
yeah, Tim is
being a dumb kid.
Yeah, well, Tim is kind of naive, but he's got a lot of fucking heart. Like he doesn't usually ever back down from a challenge. Like that's something that he's super into.
I mean, I think that's key to all the Robins.
Right, but I think that's his biggest exemplary thing. Like he did it. He did the thing. He didn't get recruited. He was the one who chose this.
And he had parents.
Had. Yeah, sorry, finish the issue. I just think that was a huge part we left out, and I didn't want people just to think this just happened. Like Tim fucking he fucked some shit up.
Yeah. But so Batman decides to let Tim have a trial period. He's gonna get trained and stuff. If he doesn't like it, he's gonna call it off. But we also learned that the voice that was coming in through the radio was none other than Joker, who was in a hospital bed.
He got straight up fucked up by Batman. And fucked up. Yeah, but that is a lonely place for dying. Reading this, I was like, we should probably put more structure in some of these episodes. But that's another point. But there was so much dialogue in this. Like, not even just a ton of dialogue. Like, a lot of SAT words. Like some I'm not. Yes. I'm not saying comics has been dumbed down or anything. I'm just saying they're not using the same vernacular as they are in these issues, which is awesome.
Not as more. There was there was a lot more narration in this.
Yeah. Which I enjoy that a lot. Some writers do that, but it's just like you can tell a comic from this time from a comic from today.
Yeah. There's a lot more. I want to say the art has evolved a bit.
Oh, I think
the storytelling that comes through from the art has gone up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I think the writing is a lot different.
Yeah, it's a little more. I want to say formal.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, this
at times
it does seem a little bit more formal, but it's something I feel like is really worth reading, especially if you want to know more about Tim Drake. Like this is the more essential Tim Drake story, because you get to see who he is and see that this fucking kid figured out who Batman and Robin were, and didn't. I mean,
these are two very different versions of Tim Drake.
Yeah. But he didn't expose them. He went and fucking joined them. Like, that's cool. That's why Tim is impressive to me, because he's the one who... he's the self-made Robin. That's what he is. And he is super smart. Always is, and everyone has always said that. He's just... I don't think he has his own identity, because he wants to be like them so much. He wants to live in the shadow, while Dick wanted to get out.
Yeah, I mean, there's other things about Tim Drake that are pretty... Like, Tim Drake has a superiority complex.
Oh, yeah, he's super arrogant.
Yeah, and he believes himself morally superior, And I think that's why we've seen like Titans of Tomorrow and like the savior version of Tim Drake as Batman. And he's just hyper violent, really willing to kill anybody. And he's just easily corrupted.
Yeah. I just don't think he has his own identity. So things like that come a little bit easier.
And he's finally getting his own code name that is tied to no one else.
Is it out yet? Like, do we know that code name?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah. Honestly, it's a really good story. I've been reading a lot of different Batman stories recently, and in I don't think anyone has ever written Alfred is not a sass master. He is so fucking sassy. Like, he just... I don't like when...
Earth 1.
Yeah, I don't like Alfred when he's not sassy.
Yeah, no. Alfred has to be a sass machine. I love Alfred.
Yeah, I really would just want to do an Alfred episode. He's getting a fucking TV show, but if he's... No, fuck.
No, he's not sassy enough in that show, is he?
I don't know. I really don't know anything about the show. It's going to be in, like, ePix or something? Like a weird channel. Story 2. Red Robin, The Grail. Writer, Christopher Yost. Pencils, Ramon Box. Colorist, Guy Major. Letterer, Saul Opriano. So this story takes place right after Final Crisis. Crisis are
before we go into this, I want to say I was decided to look up Tim Drake for a second to see if there is any news about his new name. But I did get this cool quote on the wiki page from Joker. Look at you, always so serious. The first annoyed with a quip and quickness. The second earned his anger and pain, and ultimately his death. But you have always bored me with your perfection. That arrogant flaunting of how much better you think you are than everyone else. And I think that's super accurate.
Yeah. I liked him a lot. I think he's super interesting.
His faults make him interesting.
Yeah. Listen, I want good guys to become bad guys. I sometimes like bad guys becoming good guys, like Doctor Doom. But, like, I really like...
Magneto.
I really like good guys becoming bad guys. I would love to see a Tim Drake run as a bad guy. Like, I love evil Hal Jordan. I love it.
That's Hal Jordan.
Yeah, I love the idea. Sorry.
But, like, it made sense.
Yeah, sorry, off topic. All right, back to Red Robin. So this story takes place after Final Crisis and Batman Rest in Peace. Basically, Grant Morrison was throwing Batman through the ringer over and over and over and over. And we're going to have to explain a crisis. We're going to have to do a full episode on crises. Because that's the world multiversal, star-studded crash explosion, everything. It's the summer blockbuster version of an event. Nothing is the same after one. Like, the world changes. And in this one, spoilers, Darkseid, quote unquote, kills Batman. He shoots him with an Omega beam, and Batman shoots him with a magic bullet. Not the same one that killed JFK.
Are we sure about that?
I have no clue. It killed Orion too, didn't it?
No.
Who died in the first issue?
I don't think it was Orion.
I think it's Orion.
I thought it was Light Ray.
No, I think it might be Orion. We'll have to look it up later. But
I know. Wait, it might be Orion, but he didn't get killed by the magic bullet. He got killed by the Infinity Man.
Cool.
Who's Darkseid's brother.
So, Batman was hit with the Omega beams. Superman held his body in his arms. Real sad. Turns out Batman wasn't dead. He got sent through time, and he was traveling through different time periods. He was also a bomb. So back to the modern day. Dick Grayson took over as Batman and decided that Robin would be Damian and not Tim, which really made Tim sad. Tim is dealing with a lot. He's lost a lot of people. He lost his best friend Connor, who came back at this point.
Yeah, he was back. He came back in the Legion of Superheroes Final Crisis story. He eventually meets him the first time since he came back as Red Robin.
Yeah.
And then Connor's like, the hell's up with the leather? Why do you look like Dr. Midnight?
Does he say that?
I think so. I know he says... No, I think he makes a joke about Dr. Midnight, but he also says that he's wearing the suit of Jason Todd, the bad Robin. There's a lot of things that go into that Red Robin costume.
Yeah. I like...
And the title.
So, issue 1.
I mean, of course you like it. It's made by Alex Ross.
Yeah. Issue 1. We open after the events of Batman vs. Peace and Final Crisis, as I said, where the Bat family was left without a Batman. And
there's also other things like Battle for the Cowl that were very informative to this part.
Oh, yeah. Battle for the Cowl.
Which was the war to see who took over as Batman.
Yeah. There's some stuff from that in this, but we'll explain it when we get there. Tim Drake has left the Bat family after Dick took Damian on as his Robin. Everything in Tim's life is in pieces, and he needs to break away to follow his feeling that Bruce is alive. Our story opens with Tim in a new costume stopping a kidnapping of an outspoken Spanish politician's daughter. His tactics are a bit more brutal than normal, as he comments about walking the line and going further, and that's why he can't be Robin. Tim is getting reckless when normally he is much more calculated and planned out. As Jake said, he is a perfectionist. He is not handling Bruce's death well at all and is pushing every single person away who is trying to help him.
I do think that even though we find out that he was right about Bruce, I do think it was mainly denial.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
He had no evidence to believe that.
Yeah, no, not until this. Everyone is like trying to talk to him and like make him better, except Damian, who doesn't give a single fuck. Damian's like, all right, say, get the fuck out of here, bro. Nobody likes you.
Yeah, Drake. Just calls him Drake, and then Tim gets real grumpy because he changed his name to Wayne.
Yeah, so Damian specifically calls him Drake. Because, yeah, Damian's got a lot of issues. Someone is hunting down League of assassins, and we see that the assassins watching Tim, who they will probably try to assassinate, are being ordered by Ra's himself.
That was a lot of assassins.
That was the point. I wanted to see how many times I could say assassins.
I mean, that was a lot of times that you said assassins.
Yeah, I really assassinated that whole thing. You want to do...
You're an ass.
You want to do issue 2?
Yeah, when the assassins tried to take out Tim, he got the drop on him, and he wasn't fighting to the best of his ability because he was thinking of a hero name for himself as they fought. In a flashback before his world adventure, everyone's looking for Tim. His ex-girlfriend, his best Batgirl, Stephanie Brown, tries to talk to him in her spoiler outfit. He tries to talk to him, but he wants no part of it, and he's real angry at her. He can't trust her because she faked her death, stuff.
Yeah, normal breakup stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that goes into Stephanie, but whatever. After beating the attackers, he hears Ra's on one of the speakers, and he's talking directly to him. He tells him to start talking.
Tim breaks into a museum in Berlin, where Ra's tells him how he deduced that what Tim is trying to do. He knows all of them well enough to read that they are hiding something, Bruce's death, and Ra's offers to help him in finding out the truth in exchange for the knowledge of what actually happened to Bruce. So, Ra's al Ghul is pretty obsessed with Bruce Wayne and Batman. He refers to him as the detective, and he loves him and he wants him to be his son. There's a lot of weird stuff there. And every time
Damian.
Yeah,
Damian.
A lot of the time they fight shirtless, rugged. It's weird. It's
also, it bothers me that you wrote Ra's wrong.
How did I spell it? Oh, yeah. So the museum is guarded by the Wild Huntsman, who is a scantily clad, dressed barbarian type character. I don't know what he's
wild.
Yeah. And has a small army of dogs. I'm giving him a whole bullet.
Dogs.
What?
Wild dogs.
Yeah. I'm giving him a whole bullet because he is really out of place and I love it so much. The museum just has this fucking dude on their payroll. It's oh, hey, HR, it seems like the Wild Huntsman's W-2 didn't go out. Can you look into that for me?
I feel like he gets a lot of HR
complaints? Yeah, probably because his nipples are fucking out at the office.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's gonna make a lot of people uncomfortable.
Yeah, the nipples
He
and the
also
sword.
probably gets hair everywhere.
It's
I
not.
mean, he's also in a museum. Those dogs are probably chewing on stuff.
This is not conducive for a museum. This is not a good idea. Someone needs to handle this. So we get some more of Tim's. I'm laughing at what I wrote. We get some more of Tim's fuck-ups in the recent past from Anarchy, where he tried to use 2 kids as bargaining chips that got them killed. He also helped Jason Todd get out of jail, who then went on a killing spree dressed as Batman.
That happened during a Battle of the Cowl, everybody. Jason had a pretty cool Batman suit.
Yeah, he looked like he wore, like, you know, the bottom of the shower, where the water goes down. You know what I'm talking about?
The rain curtain.
Yeah, the little circle thing. It looks like he slapped one of those where the mouth part of the bat mask should be. It's cool, but it's still,
you were talking
goofy.
about that. I thought you were talking about something else.
No, that looks goofy as fuck. No, I'm talking about the little, like, you know, the thing that, like, kind of looks like if you push Play-Doh through it, it would make little spaghettis.
Yeah.
So they actually went to the artifact to get
He also had, like, horns instead of ears.
Yeah, they went to the museum to grab an artifact. There's a big fight, and the assassins from... No, they don't show up. They don't show up yet. I lied. I'm a liar.
You are a liar.
Issue 4.
All right. Tim sneaks into Iraq and is almost taken into custody until a band of assassins, you know, those assassins from before, you know, they come in, who try to kill him, step in and say he's Tim Wayne, not Alvin Draper, which is one of his false identities. Tends to be a criminal.
No matches Malone.
Yeah. They all have one. And he's here on business. We also find out the artifact that what they got was a Batarang fossil because, you know.
Just leaves those fuckers around.
Yeah.
Batman
all
was
over the place.
Batman was a caveman. Batman was a pirate. Batman was a Puritan. Batman. Yeah. What else was he?
He was he was like a 1950s detective.
Yeah, there's something else that we're missing.
Hold on. Yeah, there's one. Okay. Batman The Return.
My favorite is the pirate one.
I didn't like that the pirate one looked different in the actual issue than what he was wearing.
Yeah, I didn't like that. All right, good. Continue the story and we'll figure that out.
Oh, this. Cowboy.
All right, sorry. Continue.
Then he gets confronted by Dick Grayson Batman, who tries to get him to accept that this time it's different, than Bruce is actually gone, which leads to a fight, and which Tim threatens Dick before leaving, because
he like straight up puts a blade in his face.
Yeah, like he's just like,
cut you.
Yeah. Dick just wants to talk. He's not actually fighting him.
Yeah, but he's very angry at this point.
No, Tim was angry way before that.
Yeah, but now he's lost his beacon. All right, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that it shifted from being such a Robin fanboy to a Batman fanboy, but whatever. Tim and the gang find a bat symbol in a cave painting, which gives Tim hope.
He stands there for an hour.
The assassin shows up and he slashes all the gang to bits. And the arc ends with them all blacking out.
Yeah, Tim stands in that cave for an hour staring at the bat symbol cave painting. I don't think this is indicative of the whole series. I think the whole series is very good. I think it may have been one of this and Batgirl were two of the first series that I tried to collect as they came out and read them. The first ongoing that I collected was Final Crisis, because we started at was it Green Alien at that time, or was it Third Eye by then?
It was Green Alien.
So it was Green Alien.
But we were also going to that one shop up in Delaware too.
Which one in Delaware?
I think it was Bev's Comics.
But Green Alien, origin story for you. Green Alien turned into Third Eye Comics. Third Eye Comics is the comic book store, like the best. Steve and Trish are two of the best people and have supplied Jake and I with comics since then. It all started with Final Crisis, which just a suggestion, as we are trying to help people get into the DC universe, don't read Final Crisis for a while. Really try to learn a lot about the DC universe before Final Crisis.
Yeah, no, Dan, once we were getting into comic books, the first two, it was Final Crisis and Batman Rest in Peace. That was the first two we really collected. I was collecting bits and pieces. We were both collecting bits and pieces of things. Before that, we were also getting things in like paperbacks,
trades,
graphic novels, trades and stuff. We have a lot of trades. Yeah. But that when you were reading that, I was following mainly the Dick Grayson Batman stuff, Grant Morrison's work and all that stuff. But you didn't like it because at that point you didn't know what Grant Morrison was really about.
Yeah, I didn't get it. It was not a good starting place. And now I pray to Grant every night before I go to bed. But
yeah.
Yeah, that is the episode. We have a bunch of cool interviews coming up, and I think we're going to record our Mr. Miracle episode on Sunday, which is also a Patreon-supported episode.
We also recorded one of our first Patreon-exclusive episode 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We'll see when that goes up. That's a Father's Day episode.
And that has a lot of Nicolas Cage talk.
And a lot of sad talk.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes. There was a lot in that episode.
Yeah, but
it wasn't really a good. If you like what we do on here, you might not. I mean, you'll like it.
Yeah, no, you'll love it.
You'll learn nothing.
I go on a very long tangent about Nicolas Cage, but yeah, we'll have some time before the episode, so I want to start trying to put more structure behind our summaries.
I still wish I could have found something about Tim Burton in a fist fight.
Yeah. So we're going to try to put a little more effort into these scripts after this episode, because I'm reading it like we could do better. So thank you for listening.
Could we though?
Yeah, I think we should, because we're going to have 2 months of episodes. So
I got to do a lot of reading.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. You can find us at DC Super Sons Pod, at DC Super Sons on Twitter, supersonspod.com, patreon.com/supersons. You can find me at Dan the McMahon on the Twitter. You can find Jake as a college graduate.
Hi, Jake McMahon, college graduate.
He doesn't do social media. And yeah, thanks for listening. We out.
Deuces.